Isolation.
Mhm. That's right. It's a tough topic. They may not want to discuss it, but well, yeah. I mean, like it's kind of tough to admit that you feel that way. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, it took like yesterday, to actually feel it. I mean, I've been alone a long time. My husband's gone, my child is grown and out in the world and all that kind of stuff. So I've been on my own for a long time. And it never affected me before, you know?
No,
It's
I know.
like it's like, okay, so, you know, holidays are just days. And I handled it very well. But lately, it's like now that COVID's around, the things that used to keep the isolation away is gone. You
Yeah,
know,
I know.
so
Seriously, tell me about it.
it's gone. So it's like, and what is out there is not satisfying anymore. It's like,
Oh,
oh no, I don't want to go through that. Like shopping used to be fun. I didn't mind going, but now because you have to have social distancing, stores are crowded not because of people shopping. It's crowded because you got to stay 6 feet.
so stay 6 feet. Seriously, you gotta be careful.
Right. You got to have that space between shoppers in line. So
Mhm.
that makes the lines longer, which makes the store crowded. So now they're also telling you, well, we have to do a cutoff of how many people are in the store. But still, what's in those people stay in there longer because they know that, they're like, well, they're going to cut this off soon. They're going to ask certain people to go to the cashiers. So it doesn't make shopping pleasurable. One of my friends said, "Look, stop crying, get your butt out. I'm taking you out." So a friend came by and she took me out. We didn't do anything really special. She said, "No,
No,
you just need to get out. You've been in the house. You don't go out unless you have to,"
tell me about it. Tell me about it.
which is not great. You should get out almost like every day. And I'm like, well, I don't feel like it every day. And she says, well, that's not good. Get your butt out. I'm coming by and I'm getting you. And I don't care where we go. And we're going out. So that's what we did. She came. We went to Home Depot. She says, well, do you need anything? Do you need to go food shopping? I'm like, no. And she doesn't drive either. She came all the way from West Philly on the bus. And where we had to go, we had to catch another bus. So she was like, no, come on, let's just go. If I have to do this every day, I don't want to hear you crying anymore. It's not,
Tell me
it's,
about it.
I know you. You don't cry. And if you're crying, something's wrong.
I know.
So
I know.
she came and she got me, and we went to Home Depot. I did need something. So we went there. We walked around. We went to Walmart. We went, and it was, yeah, I felt better. I felt a whole lot better, but it also made me realize of how strange things are. Like I said, Walmart. It wasn't crowded because there was so many people. It's crowded because of the 6 feet between the people. And there's a lot of angry people out there.
I
Don't
know.
walk in front of them. It's like,
Oh,
don't walk
tell
in
me
front of
about
my
it.
car.
Oh, that's right. Usually, this is like 6 feet. I wish it would be up here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because just that little team. Well, to me, it's not a lot of space, but it makes lines longer because they cannot move up
Did
closer.
you see? Oh, you were in South Philly at the Walmart a long time ago? A couple of weeks ago. There was a traffic going on from outside trying to get to the Walmart in South Philly.
Well, that's because they were doing the COVID testing there.
Okay, that's what happened. Okay.
Yeah, like before they were only letting in like 10, 15 people at a time. And they were waiting like maybe like 10, 20 minutes for the first 15 people to come out. But those people were staying in the store, so they're like, the store's crowded, don't let no people in. That's how it started at first. But then they decided, look, we're losing money. So they let people in. But they also limited, now check this new thing. There are no carts.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, like you're like that bay where they had the carts at. There are no carts there. They're outside. All the carts are outside. And they limited how many carts are outside. So if you got 15 or 20 people needing a cart, You ain't gonna find them.
I know, I know.
And I'm like, well, where are the baskets then? So you got to carry that stuff, whatever you want. You better be sure you're going in there with a list and you're able to carry at least 10 items in your hands.
I know. I know. Seriously, seriously. Acme. When I was at shopping yesterday, it was like Acme Thanksgiving Day. I was shopping because they were open 7 to 4 at that time. People was rushing the aisles. I almost got hurt myself. I felt my ankle for a minute when I got something like, whoa, the person wasn't paying attention.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I
See,
had to go
people
to the safe spot, get an empty.
like
No.
people are going crazy over stuff that shopping should not even have that type of effect.
Yeah.
Shopping should be pleasurable. I'm a shopaholic, so I know how it makes me feel, regardless of which type of shopping I'm doing.
Mm,
Even when I'm food shopping, it's like shopping. But now it's like, don't walk up. There's stickers on the floor. Don't walk this aisle. You're going the wrong way.
yeah, I know. I know. I know.
Little things like that, and certain aisles being blocked off just to accommodate, to slow the traffic of which way people go. I'm like, no, I want to go in this aisle because I want to go in this aisle, but you can't do it if it's blocked off. And certain things is placed just so you don't go in other areas. So it's not pleasurable. It's regulated. That's what it is.
I know. Definitely.
And it's like, uh I'm ready to go. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been in stores at the times between the hours of 10 o'clock in the morning, stay in one store, and it could be like 3, 4 o'clock before I leave because I'm checking everything out. Now it's like, nope, get out. Come in, get what you gotta get, and get
Yeah,
out.
you need like not to stay all day in the store.
Like,
Like
they don't want
if
you to.
you order something in the restaurant, you gotta get it's order something in the phone. Come in, come out. That's it.
Like, come in, get it, get the heck out. It's no longer, oh, come shop, come look what we got.
Oh no,
No,
no, yeah,
it's
no,
here
no.
it is, here it is. Look,
Yeah,
and there's not many on, and there are not many items out. That's done, so you don't stay. So it's like, okay, I get it, I get it, I get it. So it's like, get what you can, get out.
I
So
know,
that
I know.
that ruins shopping for me. That ruins shopping.
Tell me about it.
Um, I like I used to like going for walks. And that's another thing that stopped me. I used to like going for walks. But when you're out in the street with people, see, I've tried to find times when people aren't out. But unfortunately, that's early in the morning and late at night, which is unsafe. So it's like, either way, you're being shortchanged. It's like the pleasure is gone. The pleasure of that is going. I'd rather stay in the house. I'm like, which is, well, wrong. It's isolation. It's like, don't you go anywhere? Nope. Why? Because why? It's like, I want to, but the pleasure is gone. What used to be fun and pleasurable and healthy, all that's gone to me. So isolation.
No, tell me about that. I know that's right. I know that's.
I'd rather talk about it because to be honest with you, I didn't know what path I was going to take after this.
But I was
Um,
on the easy path myself. I was like going to that path. It's hard to get back. Once
yeah.
you like, don't come back. Once you're in that path, you can't come back.
And to be honest with you, I was kind of glad you did call me because I was just so deep into it. I was virtually like in a trance. Like I was like, get up, get off the couch, do something. I'm cussing at myself, and still I did not move.
Oh,
And that's a terrible way to be. And you called at the right time to kind of snap me out of it a little bit, but I needed a little bit more. I love what you did, and I appreciated it and everything, because I did kind of snap out of it a bit, and I didn't mean to be like a burden to you, weeping and crying all like but I couldn't help myself. I just couldn't help myself about how I was feeling. And then when my play daughter called me, she calls me virtually every day anyway. And she says, I can tell you're upset because you don't cry. You sound like you're crying. And I'm like,
Yeah, I didn't know that. Wow.
and she's like, you don't cry. I know if you're crying, something is seriously wrong. I'm bringing my, she's to put it, she says she's bringing her little mixed butt down to South Philly, and we're going out. She said, I don't care what we do. I'm just going to get you out of the house. You need to get out of the house. And she was right. And it was a lot of motivation. And we're walking and talking and laughing and joking. And I really needed that. I needed that. So yeah, every once in a while it's good for someone to kick your butt.
It's a good way to get your bang.
Yeah, yeah. She said, see what you're missing? See what you're missing?
Do
I'm
you watch
like,
Do you watch I Love New York TV show when the guy Taylor made New York mom like snap out of it? Sorry, I do watch it, but remember that.
well, I kind of needed that. I needed someone to virtually kick my butt because my motivations, my thoughts would go into the dark side. To put it honestly, and I didn't know which way. I was like, oh my gosh, I never actually considered suicide or anything before. But I'm afraid that if I had stayed in that darkness, that's probably what would have happened. I would have found a way to do it. And I'm like, I'm a chicken on death. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm scared, but the way I was feeling, I probably would have found a way to get over that fear and do it.
Yeah, no.
So I needed that. I think God had put you to call me at that time. And not only that, even though the day was dismal, um, other people were sending me little messages. People that I hadn't even thought of to call me or text me were sending me little messages. I got a message from a friend. Well, it's kind of like he pain in my butt, and we fight a lot. But he even sent a message that I didn't expect. He said to me, he said, "Yeah, I'm thankful. Like for Thanksgiving, I'm thankful for my karaoke friend Michelle." I'm like, what? He didn't know I was going through this. He didn't know, but he said that to me, and that kind of lifted my spirits a bit too. It wasn't just Happy Thanksgiving. I'm like, okay. So I was kind of like, oh, again, I felt a little lifted. You need that every now and then. And I think everybody should check on everybody else because you don't know what someone's feeling. Sure, everybody's going through this, but everybody also needs other people to check on them
Yes,
because
yes.
you don't know how deep this can go. The isolation, which leads to depression, and I'm a depressive person. I have a lot to be depressed about, and I have been in depression for years. I know what it's like, but you never know. It's always best. It's always best to check on your friends. And if you even hear a little in the voice, jump on it. Jump on it. I mean, I used to be the one to jump on it. Like I hear somebody in distress, I'm the one to listen. I'm the one to be there. Now it's my turn.
I know. Do you remember if you watched Boys Meets World episode? It was a
Hmm.
college. It was a college year. Topanga and her roommate was
Hmm.
doing something. The teacher came up here, bringing a report. When the lady, I forgot her name, was like Sean's girlfriend came out, and also the teacher put his hands on Topanga.
I well, I haven't really paid attention to those shows recently. I don't remember the episode,
Watch
but
Disney Plus. If you got Disney Plus, tune in that one. That was a
okay, I don't have it, but I'll probably find it on YouTube somewhere.
It's on YouTube. And also, may I tell you something? Catch this part. The Him and Corey and the teacher walk outside the door while they was doing the people was in the door and luncheon. While this time, Corey went, door was open. Everybody stopped.
Corey
Yeah,
got mad, huh? Don't touch
yeah,
my woman type stuff.
yeah.
Okay. Hey, Corey.
Yeah. Watch the episode. You gonna see that? That's the one I saw. Whoa! I hope Michelle's seeing this. I'm thinking about you. I hope Michelle catching this.
Well, hey, I think everybody, most women go through that type of thing. It's kind of a tough situation. But like I said, it's always good to have people to have your back.
Yeah, have your
Because,
back. Please, have somebody have your back.
yeah, because if not, then that weighs on you, and it could be a terrible end.
Yeah,
You know, because it just weighs on you, and you think, oh, nobody cares. They allowed it to happen. Nobody got my back. Look, I would prefer someone to have my back.
yeah. Somebody have your back. Cause
Get mad, kick somebody's butt.
you
Go
don't
ahead.
know about the situation. They have your back. Cause they know what's going on. They
Right.
know. Yeah,
Right.
they know. We know what's going on.
Yeah, everybody needs that. Everybody needs to have everybody else's back.
The teacher didn't come back. I know he said the episode. He didn't come back.
Well, but would you, knowing that somebody else is out there to beat you up because of something you did?
Put your hands on the other girl. I can't do that. You can't
Right,
do that.
right. So he was wrong.
He can't
He,
do
he
that.
was wrong,
I caught my eye. Ooh, you know what?
and the, and
That's
the
not.
police could have gotten involved, so he had to leave. And plus, as a rule, like if a teacher does anything against the rules, you are fired.
Or
If
you
if
expelled, kicked
if,
out of
if
college.
yeah, you are fired. It's no ifs, ands, or buts. You do something like that, you're fired. And
Yeah,
then if it goes deeper than that, you will be arrested. So that's the rule.
that is a rule. Definitely, that's a rule.
He ran.
That's a rule. Like everybody at this, you put your hands on people. You out the door. Don't do that. Whatever
Right,
you do, don't
right,
do that. I had to
right.
tell people about that. Please don't do something
Keep your
stupid.
hands, keep your hands to yourself, because you won't like what's going to happen to
If
you.
you do that, you see the consequences coming. You see some consequences coming right into you.
Right. I mean, I had a teacher try to put his hands on me back in high school because at the time he was dating students, but they white students. They were dating teachers to get good grades, and I wasn't that type of person. I really wasn't. I'm like, uh, yeah, I had the looks and all that kind of stuff, but I stayed to myself. So this teacher tried to touch me, but I had quick reflexes back then. Don't ask me why. I don't know why I did it. I had my keys in my hand and I went across his throat. Yeah, I did. And I drew blood. So that stopped him, right? He's like, well, the way you look. I said, what about the way I look? At that time, I didn't have the self-esteem that I had now. I was kind of nerdish, kind of quiet. But I don't know, but other people's eyes, I guess I look tasty. So, and I was minding my business. He tried to grab me because it's okay. It seemed to be okay with them, but it's not okay with everybody. He says, well, the way you look. I said, what about the way I look? I'm the most conservative dressed person in here. And still you want to touch me like I'm a floozy? And I'm like, no. So the keys came out. I went across the throat. That ended that. And nothing else was said about it. I think about it a lot. And I'm like, you're lucky it wasn't a knife. Because I was on the defensive back then. You know, and plus I admit I was cute. I was skinny. I was, had the hair, real hair.
I
You
know.
know,
I know.
you know,
You
I
know.
was cute, but it wasn't like I'm so cute that I want that type of attention.
Yeah, tell me about
And it's like no. And I didn't have anybody, nobody had my back because back then it's like, well, he's the teacher and you're the student
it. You
and
know?
you're supposed to listen to your elders and all that kind of stuff. I said, yeah, listen to your elders, but you ain't got to have sex with them and they ain't got the right to touch you if you don't want to be touched.
I know.
I'm like, I'm not like them other people. I don't want to be touched. Leave me alone.
That's true. That is true.
Like, leave me alone.
Yeah, it's like that's why I brought that up to you, bring this up to you, because it's like what you guys do? You come back on the COVID. We come back from COVID.
Mhm.
back to normal? You gonna be start they gonna do that something stupid, or this is stuff we need to learn about these with people. Watch out the virtual bullying stuff. Remember the virtual bullying going on?
Yeah.
It's
And,
got
and that's terrible too in itself. It's like, oh
no.
come on. With every new technology is going to be some way to bully someone, to hurt someone. Why would you want to do that? And then when it happens to them, no, 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 no,
Tell me
no.
about
You know karma. You know karma. What goes around comes around.
what comes
I
around.
may not, I may not have said it right, but you know, what? Be careful what you do. So, because it's going to come back on you some way, somehow. You ain't gonna get away with it. They may think they have gotten away with it. No, you know who's watching. You know who's watching.
Oh, I know, I know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
You know
The big man up here, the big man upstairs, they watching.
exactly. You never know what he's got planned for you. So don't do evil. Don't do evil because it's going to come back on you as your punishment. So I
Don't,
try not to be,
don't,
I mean, cuss a lot, but
don't. I know you doing good. You doing good right now.
but I would never do anything to hurt anyone intentionally.
Yeah, you're not one of them doing that.
I may fight a little bit, but that's self-defense. Only in self-defense. I don't start nothing. Look, as they say, don't start nothing that you can't finish. But I don't start nothing that has a consequence. A bad consequence. I
No,
don't know.
no.
Yeah. So no.
Well,
Yeah.
listen to this. Let's do with my final thought. What's your next goal? What's your next goal?
So
Yeah, next goal to isolate. What's your next goal to?
to come out
Yeah,
and
yeah,
enjoy life a little
yeah,
bit better.
yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
Well, after my friend came, my little play daughter, I met her in college. We were both going to college, and of course, I'm mom because I'm older, so she's my daughter, and we've been friends ever since. So I even asked her. I said, "Look, I don't normally ask for help. I'm that type of person. I'm self-sufficient. I do a lot of things for me. I'm in a no matter what kind of situation, I always depended on me. I never depended on anyone else to do anything for me. But I'm finding out as I'm getting older, it's not always good to just deal with yourself. Everybody needs help sometime in their life. And that's where I am right now. I need help, and yes, I am asking. And for the first time, I asked for help. And she gave. She was like, I love you. I love you. I know I'm not your daughter, but I love you like my mom. I will do anything for you. You were crying. That's all I needed to know. I'm here for you. And that was the best thing ever. So I asked her, I said, well, I know we talk on virtually on a daily basis, but if you ever hear me do that weeping or crying again, bring your bad butt on over here and talk to me face to face. I know of COVID and all that kind of stuff. She came here with a mask. We was masked up all day, but it was the best medicine I can that was given to me. I felt so much better. I was like, that's what I needed. I needed people. I need to see people. Not Zoom is great. Don't get me wrong. All that is wonderful. But sometimes you need a person to be right in your face to tell you, get off your butt. Get up. Get out. I needed that. Because if not, I guess I wouldn't be talking to you right now. I'd be like, oh, I don't want to talk. I'm in my blue mood and wah, 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 wah. No, it motivated me to get off the couch. I'm like, yes. So basically, I'm going to keep in touch with her, and as always, anyway, she talks to me almost like every day. But we could talk about my problems instead of me listening to hers all the time. You know, she's gonna like, well, I love you, Mama Michelle. That's what she calls me. You know, if you need me to come down there, I'll be there. I may not be able to stay long, but I'm like, I love that. And
Mhm.
that's what everybody needs. You need someone to come check on you every now and then, not just, hey, how you doing? No, come see that person face to face. Make sure they're okay.
I know. I know.
You know. And she was like, "Well, I don't have any money for food." I'm like, "Look, I get food stamps. Okay, we can go get something anywhere. While we're out. Or something like we can pick up food and I'll cook it when we get to my house or whatever." So we had a lovely time. It was the best little get together I ever had. And it's just a shame that COVID just kind of separated people. You know, there's going to be a whole lot of people feeling like I am. And you want to hear something else funny?
Yeah.
When I went to go check on my banking situation, online banking, and I saw something, I said, "Look, I can't afford this month. I'm going to have to cancel a subscription. It's like $29 a month." And I'm like, "Well, I can't afford this." So I was going to call to cancel. Again, I reached somebody who was also going through something. Her name was Mary. I don't know this woman because it's a long distance call to cancel these things, right? It was an 800 number you call to cancel the accounts. And she was like, "Hello, how you doing? Yeah, my name is Michelle, Mary, and so she said, so what's the reason why you want to cancel the account?" I said, "I can't afford it. I really can't afford you this month." And da da da. She said, "Okay, well," but somehow she said, "Well, I hope your Thanksgiving." She got off the business track, and she says, "I hope your Thanksgiving was better than mine." So that got us talking again. Another person put in my life through God. She doesn't know me from Adam. She's a representative of Score Sense. And God knows where she is in America doing work from home. She's not in Philadelphia, wherever her office was. This was technically a long distance phone call with a stranger. But yet she was going through a depressive mood. She was feeling basically the same way.
I know. Okay, I got you.
Feeling the same way. She needed someone to talk to. And who and as we communicated, we talked for a whole hour.
I know.
We talked for a whole
Wow.
hour. Yeah, all she was supposed to do was to take my information and cancel my account, which could have taken less than 10 minutes. Nope. We talked for a whole hour.
Wow. That's good. Wow. Thanks for
So,
sharing that story.
so,
Wow.
so in turn, while I was feeling down, she lifted my spirits by talking to me, and I lifted her spirits by talking to her. We shared stories. And she was like, "Oh, I feel so much better now." Her boyfriend left her. She was alone for that. She couldn't see her parents, for Thanksgiving. She was used to being with the family, and she was alone with her dog. And she was feeling some way too. I'm like, and we helped each other out. She said, "Well, I started seeing a shrink. Well, maybe you should see one too." She said, "I would never have gone to one, but COVID had made it necessary. Everybody needs a little help every now and then." So that was her advice to me, like, seek out help.
Wow. That's a good way to do that, Michelle. Thanks for sharing that. Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Michelle Clark, and I am a Philly Cam TV production crew member. Why don't you join us at Philly Cam? You'll enjoy it and you'll have a lot of fun. You'll meet people, you'll see some stars every now and then. So come join us at Philly Cam.